Leroy, very excited to talk to our next
Yep.
guest. This is a bad man. This is the champion of the world. He's got a monster fight coming up on April 16th against a guy who just got the key to the city of Miami, Yordenis Ugas. But Errol Spence, this guy is one of the best to do it in the business. Errol, very excited to have you on the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Man, no problem.
This fighting in AT&T Stadium, that's got to be the coolest thing for you in the world. You're a Dallas guy having a fight. I was at the Mikey Garcia fight. It was one of the craziest boxing experiences ever. Like that giant ass screen, your hometown, the intro. What is it like getting the opportunity to fight in a stadium with 100,000 capacity? That's got to be nuts.
Yeah, man, it's nuts, but it's dope because it's my hometown, and I'm a huge Cowboys fan too. So, I never really imagined a dream. I dreamed about me being a world champion and stuff like that, but I never dreamed that I'd be fighting, at the Cowboys Stadium. So, it's a huge dope moment. Just having like people like Jerry Jones walk up to me and talk to me, greet me. It's crazy and surreal.
What are those interactions like with Jerry Jones? Like you see like around the Cowboys a lot, like being a Dallas guy, like is that surreal to you? Like getting the chance to mingle with these guys?
Yeah, now it is. Jerry just cool dude, He's just super cool. He take laid back, got a southern twang to him. And and I don't even think he's from Texas, so I think he's been in Texas for a long time, so he just got that southern hospitality where
You wouldn't know he wasn't from Texas.
yeah,
That's
you
the
wouldn't
way
know, it out. But I think he's from like the Midwest or something like that.
Wow, not even the South.
No, I think he's from.
Yeah.
Errol, I want to ask you about, a lot of times, especially in boxing and in any kind of fight game, you sometimes have these long stretches where you don't box for whatever reason. And we had COVID, you had the injury. How is dealing with that and getting back into it? How does that hurt you, or how does that, because look, we were all waiting for the Pacquiao fight. It just didn't work out, and that happens a lot. How do you keep going and get ready for the next fight, knowing that you've had that much time off?
Oh, I mean, it was easy this time around because I had been in the gym, and I've been trying stuff like that. So, people talk about ring rust and all this type of stuff, but I feel like I don't have ring rust if I've been in the gym training and sparring and watching boxing and things like that. So my mind been wrapped around boxing. So, I feel like, it'll be much easier than the last part. I was out for a long time because, I was pretty much, banged up and hurt. So
Right.
it took me a while to come back. And when I did come back, I wasn't 100%, but I feel, strong and, I feel 100% now.
I don't understand this, Sarah. Like, how do you in a sport where a lot of guys take tune-ups? Like, we all saw that car crash. One of the craziest things. It was like out of a movie. Seeing that, I can't even imagine living through something like that. And you come back and you're still fighting guys who are very dangerous at the top of the division. Like, why did you go at it so hard? Like, why didn't you ease back into it? Like, and do you feel like you came out even tougher because of that?
Nah, I just feel like because of what happened, it just. I feel like it showed people how tough I am because I know I'm tough, It's like I know I can do things, but it's about, it doesn't mean, your fans or other people know you can do things. So, for me, I wanted to fight the best fighters out there because I feel like with these injuries, I wasted enough time. So why not jump right back in there? Because, if I fight a tune-up fight and then, let's take hello.
You're good.
Take
We good.
3 months for a training camp, and then I might fight another 3 months. That's like 6-7 months. To fight the top guy. Nah, I'd rather just get right back in there and fight the top guy and knock him off.
To get him.
Like in boxing, like everybody's looking forward to what's next, and people hoping like Terence Crawford signs up with you guys and PBC, and we finally get that dream matchup. But I remember you mentioning like Canelo back in the day. Like, what tickles your fancy more? Like, do you the matchup all the fans want with Crawford, or do you want like the super matchup challenging yourself against a guy like Canelo?
I definitely want. I feel like me and Terence, definitely something that's that's been brewing for a while, and it's ready. And I feel like with me being Ugas, it would be me and Terence fight for the undisputed welterweight crown. Which is huge. So and everybody wants to fight. So I think after that, then worry about anybody else who's up because I'm moving up probably after that. So worry about anybody else. But after I get rid of Ugas, because like I can't look past Ugas.
It's tough.
Right. Ugas is a great fighter, determined fighter, and he got hella will. So that's somebody that I definitely can't look past, and I definitely been training my hardest for, and and been working super hard and focused to get this fight. But I'm not gonna lie, definitely want other fights, but I'm not looking past Ugas at all.
Which is coming up on April 16th. You guys can get that on pay-per-view, Premier Boxing Champions pay-per-view. Hell of a fight to buy. Errol Spence always brings a hell of a show. It was so cool getting to watch you fight live, man. Like, you're one of those guys, like, it's like you do, seriously, like, you don't appreciate how good you are until you get to see somebody like you in person. Because what you did to Mikey Garcia, I mean, that was so damn impressive, and especially all the pressure that you had in your hometown. But, like, a guy like Ugas, everybody talks about that Cuban style, like, they're always so slick and stuff like that. When you saw him against Pacquiao, like, did you see anything that was like, all right, that's something that I can expose? Is there something about that you'd have to be more on guard for? Like, what is it about him when you go into this matchup that you think you got to be most like highly alert about?
I'm like Tim Duncan, man. Like I got the fundamentals where I can break somebody down, and people think, oh, you're not doing anything special effects, but I'm breaking them down mentally, physically, and just using all the fundamentals, catching shots, flipping shots, and things like that to where, I'm always going to be fundamentally sound and balanced and on point. That's something me and my coach work on. Because, I mean, when you get, it don't matter how talented you are and things like that, when you get tired, I mean, your true colors, really going to show. Like they say, fatigue make cowardice of men. So, with me, even if I get fatigued, we done worked on the fundamentals so much where, even if I'm fatigued, I still have my fundamentals to where, I can be basic but still be effective.
Is that the one thing that probably separates a real boxing fan from, like, people like the event, right? And people go and watch a fight and they overlook that technical part of boxing, breaking a guy down, getting him ready for something that you're going to bring in the third and fourth round that maybe you setting him up in the first and second round. And, does the average fan or the average person who may watch your fight overlook those little aspects of a fight in the big picture?
Some do. I mean, some who, just think, I'm just a guy who just come forward and beat people up or things like that. I consider myself like I'm more passive aggressive. Like, I put enough mental pressure and physical pressure on you to where you feel it, but I'm not just being overly confident and, getting caught with reckless shots and stuff like that. So I feel like, yeah, certainly people, take it, for granted and don't, especially the average fans don't really just recognize the skills go behind it. Like talent, that's basically like God given. A lot of people, don't really just have the skill sets, of it down. They got a lot of great talent, but once you get the skill set and the talent like Floyd has skill set and talent and crazy talent. Roy Jones had crazy talent and a little bit of skill set, and once, he got a little older and where the talent, went to like a plateau, that's when people start catching them and stuff like that. They start getting them. because he didn't have any more, of the amazing talent that he had.
Go by Errol Spence versus Yordenis Ugas. Everybody down here in Miami, I know you have a lot of Ugas fans. Errol Spence, a hell of a fighter, too. This is going to be a hell of a clash going down on Premier Box Champions pay-per-view coming up April 16th, live in Errol Spence's building. It's now your building, man. You have 3 fights there. That's like that's your stadium now. It's the Cowboys in the fall.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the. Hey, they haven't had many of those lately, man. So all they got is you right now. You're the champion representation in Dallas.
Yep.
Appreciate the time, Errol. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Errol.